Hello everybody, I'm back again with a new mic and a new video. Woohoo! If you follow me on DeviantArt for pretty much exactly a year by now, you might already know this piece I'm drawing right now. This is a redraw of a drawing I drew last year, obviously, which I'm trying to draw every year from now on to see how my style is changing, how I improved, and which aspects I still have to work on. And this is the first time I'm redrawing it, so yeah, you haven't missed much so far. If I can keep to this routine, I will draw it next year as well and see how I improved then as well. Yeah. I wasn't allowed to look at the old picture. Well, I didn't allow myself to look at the old drawing because I wanted to see how my idea of the picture would change. So yeah, that's also a thing. This was a pretty bad and stupid and hard idea because I had no idea how her hair worked the last time I drew it. So I might have peeked once just to get the basics down. Yeah, most of it I just improvise. I just tried and hoped it worked out. Yeah. By the way, this will be my first completely black and white drawing on the computer, my first black and white digital art piece, because I have never done that before. When I work with my computer and my graphic tablet, I love working with colors. It's one of my favorite my favorite parts. I'm not really good at line art, at least not as good as I want to be, and I often just pretend it's good. And you can hide it pretty well if your colors are great, because no one will look at your lines when the colors are just nice and warm or cold, depending on what you wanted to invoke. So yeah, this was my first time and it shows. In the end it'll show. I think actually the line work worked out pretty well in this piece, especially because all the little flowers, they just make the picture seem a lot more alive. But yeah, you can tell that this was my first time trying to actually do the line work. Not the line work, the black and white thingies. So yeah, I'll show you the end picture, of course, in the end, and I'll compare it to the last one, so you'll see the drawing of the last year as well. So you can compare for yourself what you like better, and so will I. I'll talk about what I think has changed, which I maybe have improved, and on what I have to work on. Like I said, the things I want to take away from this experience. Yeah, drawing all the flowers was a terrible pain. Not in the ass, but in my fingers. It was nice. Yeah. So, now that that's said, I want to tell you a little bit about the lore and the story of this picture. Because as you might have seen, there's a girl and there's a skeleton dude. And the girl is covered in flowers, and whenever I sit on a piece too long being 2 hours or more, which is basically every piece, I'm starting to think about the backgrounds and the history and the story of this thing and the drawing. And yeah, I did the exact same here. I thought of the story. I already did that the last time I drew it, but I put some more stuff in there this time. So yeah, let's just start. We see life in the form of a supposedly weak-looking girl or small woman. Yeah. there's a point. Life doesn't only look weak, she's exhausted all the time, she's tired, and she seems like there's no energy left to even sustain herself. And well, this is actually the case. Life forms drain out all the life from her. Her creations, all living beings, search out for her and they grow on her like parasites and they feast on her energy. She's not able to get rid of it because whatever she touches just grows stronger and even hungrier for life, and yeah, that's not so good. She isn't mad at her creation for doing so, but To keep herself secure, she chooses to live a life in isolation, where no life forms would end up weakening her even further. This doesn't work out as well as she would have hoped. Life forms still find her wherever she goes, maybe not big ones anymore, but still plants, mushrooms, and other things just come into existence wherever she goes or find her. And yeah, I mean, you can see they grow on her hair, on her clothes, on her skin, and that's probably pretty uncomfortable, and yeah, draining all the energy out of her, because if she has to give them to the life forms, she can't have them energy for herself. So yeah, she is getting weaker, and even though she could flee for a while and get a little bit stronger in that time, overall she's still weak and sick, and this is not a good condition. So she gets wed to Death. And Death is a pretty cool dude, as some may say. He is quiet, doesn't say a lot, which is probably because he doesn't have a tongue, because he's a skeleton, and he's lonely. He spends his time doing his job, which is ending life. Well, not her, but life forms. And watching just everything. He is very interested in watching life forms like grow, expand, reproduce, and all over just living, the experience of being alive and living. And he is very interested in that sort of stuff. He doesn't mean life forms any harm when he comes for them, it's just the natural order. He's just literally doing his job. And yeah. So when he gets to meet life, he is really intrigued by her, but also careful. He doesn't accidentally want to cause the extinction of all life and by accidentally killing her or touching her and stuff. But as it turns out, they're both pretty equal celestial beings. She can't die completely, but she can be super weak and stuff, and that wouldn't be good either. And well, I guess he can live and not die any further. I mean, he's already a skeleton, so what do you want? Yeah, they're pretty equal, and he only kills the life forms that are around her, like all the flowers in her hair and stuff. He's able to kill them without hurting her, and that strengthens her, and that's pretty awesome. But also a really weird situation for him, like, he is used to just bringing death and destruction and sickness to everything he comes near, and suddenly, boom, he touches the hand of his fiancée and saves her life by that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, anyways, they live happily ever after. Forget it, they live, because she's life. Life gets stronger, everything is fine and dandy and beautiful and nice. Whenever life gets stronger, more beings come into existence, more children get born, more plants grow, and so on and so on. But when Death leaves to do his job, like killing stuff, of course, less things get born, because life gets weak again, because Death isn't there to protect her. But it never gets that bad again, because there's not enough time for life forms to actually infest her and hurt her. So yeah, that's pretty good for her. I know this story is probably pretty cringy and stupid. I actually didn't really thought it out a lot. It's just things that came into my mind when I was drawing it. And I thought, hey, why not share it? I don't really have anything better to do and to say, so yeah, I thought that might give an interesting video. I'm almost done with the piece, and then I can finally just show you the other one and the finished one, and compare and explain why I think which is better. I actually think a lot of the old part of the old drawing is better, because the background looked better. I think this drawing looks a lot emptier, like there's too much space unused, and you will see soon that right now you can see it was really clustered. There was a tree that was super freaking awesome. Yeah, here you have both drawings at the same time. Like, there was the tree hanging over the moon, and it was like crunched together, and I like her expression even more. She looks weaker, and Death giving her a kiss on the hand is super sweet. I should have done that again. But yeah, I didn't remember that part, so yeah. But I like a lot of the new drawing as well, like the foot I did, the feet, I can't freaking talk. I like a lot of the hair, I like the flowers, the skull looks better, I think. So yeah, both drawings have some stuff I'm proud of, but overall I still think I like the old one a little bit better. So yeah, that's cool. That's pretty much all. I'm just gonna put the end card right here, and yeah, that's it. I hope you have a nice day. Check out my social media and stuff, and yeah, bye!